just watch on the news that markets are crashing right now because of the thing with China. And so anyways, are you looking at that or following that, or is there any reason?
It doesn't really impact us.
Okay, great.
We don't own any stocks.
But I mean, the interest rates are probably gonna change, but we're looking at interest rates, and so I just saw that here.
Well, long term, if interest rates drop again, that will impact us. But it's nowhere near as responsive as,
Interest
we've
rates,
got
okay.
5-year holdings, that we're locked in, so.
Okay, just something to watch. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right, adjourn, budget and finance. Okay, call the JP&L committee to order at 6:20, and Sarah, do you want to start with the application for Toro Taco?
So tonight before us, we have an application for a full Class B license to Toro Taco, doing business as Taco Super at 4144 North Oak Point Avenue. This evening, so per state statute, the application has been published in the newspaper at least 15 days prior to be considered this evening. All background checks have been completed, and this would be an application for our last regular full liquor license in the village. We do have one remaining reserve license. We also have Leslie here with Toro Taco, if you have any questions.
Would you mind just giving us a little bit of that? Just, I read in the packet all of the liquor licenses for Bel Air, but maybe, I think this is a different concept restaurant, so
Yes.
maybe just a little bit of information about sort of what the concept is and
Okay.
what
this-
kind of tacos you
Yeah. I was gonna
Probably
ask,
be
are
outdoor
these, is this like people can go online and watch these?
No,
series?
not live, but.
Not live, but
It's
yes.
like
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I do too, yep.
Because, you know, because all the reporters get to see your agenda,
Yeah.
so everybody's calling us and wants to know everything, so I'm
Yep.
trying to tell you guys everything you wanna know without telling everything we have up our sleeve, cause it's still,
Sure.
I mean, our concept is still in its infancy because it's obviously contingent on getting a license. But, so I'm Leslie Montemuro, I'm one of the 4 partners. There's Kristen Idle and Scott Johnson, and then our chef is Noe Zamora. He's also our partner at the Bel Airs, so it'll be same structure of ownership. Yes, we obviously have the other liquor licenses at all the Bel Airs. If you've ever been to a Bel Air and been to Ruckus, you understand, it's a different concept, and we don't want to associate it. It can be associated with Bel Air, and I hope people like the fact that they like Bel Air's food, and now they're like, oh, we're gonna get the same quality over here. But it will be counter service, still very, very taco-centric. It's like Bel Air is taco-centric as well, but we also have burritos, and we have an enchilada night, and we have like salads and soups, and we used to have fajitas, we might bring them back. It's like, so this, it's a really small kitchen, we wanna really concentrate on tacos. Definitely wanna work in a really easy to go and delivery program, which we do at Bel Air, and we get a lot of requests, but I think here it's just gonna be piece of cake to like really fill that need. So without giving you exact tacos.
I just wanted to know, yeah.
Yeah.
Just as well.
And are you, I thought I read, that so you're serving hard liquor or just beer and wine?
We want the full license.
You want the full
Because we wanna
license.
serve margaritas.
Yeah, okay.
My question is, just because we ran into this last time, have you signed the lease, and just to make sure that you're financially successful, what is the structure for, like?
Of the lease?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't signed a lease yet, because we're not going to sign a lease without having a license.
Or a letter of intent, or
Yeah.
what the terms, or?
But we'd basically be taking over the lease that the Collectivo group formed.
Signed, okay.
But, that's still in the works as well with our lawyer and the landlord. And so all those things are gonna happen as soon as it's like, yep, you got a license. Cause we don't wanna open like a donut stand there, we wanna
Right,
serve
of
tacos and
course not.
margaritas. So we're waiting for, everything to sort of happen and it's in the right order.
It's ordering at the counter, also the
Yes.
margaritas and stuff.
Mhm.
And there'll be cleaning, I mean, will there be carry out of food, but how will you carry out of alcohol?
Oh, no.
No.
We'll be able to control that. I mean, it's, we still have the four walls, the patio is relatively enclosed.
Right.
So we're actually working with a group right now that has like 30 years experience called, his name's Steve Starr, and he's like a restaurant architect. They're in Charlotte. But to actually just perfect, here's where you order, what we're gonna give them, what we're gonna bring out, or do they have to come back with like a buzzer or a text?
I was gonna ask that, like the speakers, we're getting a lot of complaints lately about, people, food order number 54.
Yeah.
We got complaints about that, and we also
From
got.
where?
Residents all up and down Oakland.
We also got complaints about the venting and the smell, like, I'm not sure where the venting was, but some of the neighbors nearby complained about
When it was
the
ruckus?
smell,
Yes.
yeah, about the smell from the food, so just something to
Mhm.
look out for where it vents and.
Come on, they've been smelling Benji's for like 75 years,
Well, I guess
which is one of my
it's
favorite
yeah.
places, so.
Where would they park? Where do you see people parking?
I mean, we're gonna have to be a part of everything that's going on the street. I mean, I think our other places, everybody has their kind of unique parking situations, but I think we wanna serve the neighborhood and people will walk or Uber. Yep, they're gonna park on side streets and then the parking structure across the street. So, I mean, I guess the same as if I went to like Cloud Red or wherever you go. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I have a parking spot or I don't.
Do they have to go for a parking exception like Ruckus did, or is it because they're signing over the subleasing it?
They're probably grandfathered.
What was the?
Same business basically,
Oh.
so it would be something.
I'll ask Mark, but I just remember they had to get one.
I had a question too, because, tacos are, I think it's gonna appeal to kids and teens.
Mhm.
So I guess I would say, I know it's sort of a beer margarita.
Mhm.
I guess Shorewood has a lot of teenagers looking for
Mhm.
something,
And the
somewhere
high
to go,
school's
it's something to
closed
do.
and the
There will be
university's
kids from the
closed.
high school coming
High
up for
school,
lunch. So, I guess to the extent that there can be like, a a good variety of
Oh,
non-alcoholic,
absolutely. One of the things, I mean, in the margaritas, just like Bel Air, we're doing all fresh purees. We will be having, a lot of like agua fresca, but we wanna do them in kind of healthier way, like agua frescas typically has a lot of sugar in it.
Mhm.
But just like when you go to Panera and they have like the nice, you get all those juices and mix them up, I mean, we definitely wanna have options like that.
Oh, okay.
What are your hours? What are you proposing your hours be?
Well, we wanna open early because one of the things that we wanna do is breakfast tacos, so probably open at 8 in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it's a
Wow.
thing. Now
Yeah,
everybody
say it.
knows.
I know,
When
But-
you said aguas frescas, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I love aguas frescas.
But, yeah, breakfast tacos is definitely a thing and a trend, and so we'll definitely have a section of our menu that's that, so we will open early. And our proposed hours are probably gonna be till about 10 PM at night. Like, I don't see it being a bar, maybe later on weekends.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Alright, sounds great to me.
Okay.
So,
I had one question, did Ruckus, or is it possible to apply for any kind of loading zone? You're like, no, that takes probably 2 parking spots.
I'm concerned, I have a concern, we do have a traffic study underway, it should be done, say, I think 6 months, and that will help us, loading zone, because we are getting a lot of requests now. But I'm more concerned because the daycare is gonna be right there, and their traffic analysis planning commission that I chair, show that every single spot's gonna be taken on the street, every single one of them.
With the loading zone or something, you mean?
No,
Or-
just for parking for your business, for the businesses
We're
around.
just trying to drop off and pick up, right, not all day long.
Right, 2 hours, but breakfast time and dinner time, so it's kind of,
Mhm.
every day. So, anyways, I'm concerned about that, I'd be concerned about that if you came for a loading zone as well, and to take away 2 more spaces, I probably would vote no, but I would listen in here and with my peers, so I think that's the biggest
Yeah.
concern for me.
And
is that
that's a
there's
different
a
committee
lot
then.
there. It's,
Yeah, it would
Full
go
board.
to BART and then it, yeah.
yeah, like,
I mean,
I
you know, although, I mean, there are lots of times when you're on that stretch of Oakland, especially like right around Starbucks, which this is the same block as
Yeah.
Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Where there's trucks parked, I mean,
Just right in the middle of the street.
in a way, if there was
Right.
like
Everyone in
a,
loading zone, it
what
makes
you
sure.
want, at like 6 to 8 or something, it's early in the morning, right, mostly?
Well, I was thinking, and this isn't a deal breaker for us, if we don't
Right.
get it, people have to deal, but, not so much for deliveries, but for people picking up orders. And even like the delivery services, like I'm
Right.
sure
Like
there's
Uber Eats
a lot
and
of
stuff.
restaurants, yeah.
Right.
maybe you can work something out with Benji's to get some of their parking spots.
That's not a bad
That's a
idea.
good idea, and yeah, if it's just for people to run in and get their food, yeah, that
Just
might be
like,
good.
just
Some
one
of
to
those
mark or
spots.
something, cause we did that among our, I'm a small business and we share.
Yeah, cool.
I thought the Ruckus did have some arrangement for 2 or 3 spots up toward the corner of
Hmm.
I thought they did too.
Yeah, 'cause
That
it was
to-
part of
in
the
order for
parking
their zoning,
analysis.
yep, that's what I'm
Might
saying, I
check
think there was
near
a
the
parking
sign.
exception granted, but I don't know if it transfers.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into
Yeah,
that.
that
Yeah,
might- yeah.
negotiate that with the, well,
Yeah, the landlord's the same landlord.
Mm-hmm.
Refer to full board then?
Yeah.
September?
Yeah.
everyone's excited.
Mm-hmm.
When do you
We're
think you're gonna
excited.
open?
Probably January. I mean, we have to wait for this, so we have to wait till September, then sign the lease.
Well, there's the
and then-
fire pit, you know, people
Yeah.
can wait for, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think they might need more than a fire.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you go to like design review, different signage and things like that, right? Maybe
Mhm.
change it over.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
All right,
much.
thank
I
you.
love this floor in my house. I've never been in this building. It's crazy.
This is
The little.
Maybe
30s.
she'll want our chairs, since nobody else wants them.
All right, thank you so much.
A lot of history.
Have a good
There
night.
you go. Good
Thank you.
luck.
Bye, thank you.
So we are moving on to the RFP for IT services.
Oh, that's my time.
I have one,
I don't know if you heard me.
so in your packet is drafted RFP. I sent via email some questions that trustee Maher had about the cost sheet,
Yeah.
which I included via email, as well as the capital asset list that has a list of all of our, majority of our IT assets that would need IT assistance. So this is just a draft that we would send out to start the RFP process. So basically, I just have 2 general questions, one just looking at general feedback or questions that you have on the RFP. And secondly, we'll be doing an RFP process and similar to what we did with the insurance broker. We had a village board representative that served in the interview, so I'd just be asking JP&L who would like to be the individual that would sit on that. But we can start first with any general questions or feedback on the RFP itself.
I think that Jessica or David should sit on this since they're the computer users.
I actually, hard to believe I actually ran the IT department. I actually supervised the computer staff and bought
Maybe
all
only my-
this
I'm
stuff and
joking.
did the technical
I was
planning.
making fun of myself.
Just don't like,
I'll
This is
refrain
not
from
really
comment.
my thing.
I would-
I
would volunteer to do it.
Oh,
Great.
nice.
The question I had was, present best IT practices in the industry when proposing budget and capital expenses to proactively address IT-related security and performance concerns, because I'm not sure if this is true, but I mean, to the extent that we can start using the same types of equipment, hardware and software, and simplify, then, and I don't know if we're already doing that or not, but I mean, if we have someone advising us on, hey, this is a better solution, rather than everyone doing their own.
I agree. Well, one of the questions that we'll inquire in the interview process is like industry standard for replacement. Like last year, we got into a pretty significant discussion on computer replacement in that 5-year period, and if that's a good industry standard or not. So that would be, it's 5. So that would be a question that we would inquire about. And we don't do a whole lot of cloud-based here, so that would be another thing that we would be looking into. Because when we look at Microsoft 365 and that, those are some things that we want to investigate, where we're kind of behind right now, and we can use an IT consultant to get us to catch up.
So, did the current vendor have a security and malware experience? And
Yeah, it's majority do, but, you know, that's always a question that you want
Right,
to
that
double
would
check and
be-
make
yeah.
sure, and one thing that is a concern a lot, especially for municipalities, is, you know, individuals out there kind of holding information hostage,
Right, yeah.
and getting a pay to get that information back, so that's
Be
one.
contractors.
No, they're
Oh,
getting
oh.
hacked.
They're getting hacked,
And then
and
they want Bitcoin.
Oh, funny, cause
Yeah.
Madison County, the contractors would do that, like they
So,
would turn over their stuff.
yeah, so that would be kind of questions to inquire about with the IT consultants as far as ways to combat that.
Is that one of the tasks in here specifically?
Yeah, it should be.
Times 2A.
Finishing up.
Right?
Is that it?
Well, maintaining certain,
Yeah, a lot of those are general, I mean,
Security.
one of the things we'll be doing in the interviews is really making sure that the scope of services is really clear to them. You know, and a lot of the vendors that we're working with, they are already working with municipalities, so they're gonna have a strong understanding of what those level of services are, especially for a smaller organization such as ourselves.
So my question is, and I know you said you're gonna ask in the interview, when the project scope, this was really not enough for me, I mean, because I don't really know what we're asking to do. Like you're giving us the details now, which is excellent. And I'm not gonna hold it up or anything, but in the next time, especially for something as technical as IT, if we could outline more of what the infrastructure is, like some of the things you might be telling them in
Yeah.
person, it would help.
So,
Is it because we don't
well,
know?
yeah, I hate to say it, but like, you know, I'm the closest person and I don't have an IT background, so, you know, like for me,
Yeah.
I have a general understanding,
Right.
and I'm not gonna ask Digicor, who's our current contractor, to let us the specifics, who will be responding to the RFP.